Okay, the diagram below shows a sketch of the curve with equation y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. Find the coordinates of A and B in part A, and then we've got to find the area of this shaded region. Okay, so remember we discussed last time, there's a reason why we want to find A and B first, because when you work out the area, we need that definite integral between two values, the lower limit and the upper limit. Okay, so we need to find A and B. But of course, to find A and B, it's not that difficult, isn't it? Because we just need to appreciate at A and B, as we discussed last time, the curve is crossing the x-axis, yeah? The curve crosses the x-axis, where, of course, y will equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 on the x-axis, yeah? Okay, so if we look at this here, we can literally set y to be 0 and solve that. Okay, we could write it as this. Instead of saying 0 equals that, we could say x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Now, how do we solve this? Of course, you need to recognize that this is a quadratic, yeah? A quadratic equation which we can solve. It's equal to 0, so we can solve it. And when you have a quadratic equation, we're going to have two brackets. Okay. And we need to think of two numbers. Okay, so we're going to have x at the start of both brackets there. We're going to need to think of two numbers that multiply to give minus 8. Okay, and then add up to give 2. So if you think about the pairs, well, you've got 1 and 8. Okay, but you can't get 1 and 8 to give you 2. But 2 and 4 multiply to give 8, don't they? You can get that to add up to give 2. If you make this positive 2 and, positive 4, yeah? And negative 2, that's right. That will then, positive 4 take away 2 is positive 2. And then when you multiply them, you get minus 8. So that works. So minus 2 plus 4. And of course, when we've got two brackets equal to 0 there, we can solve it. Because essentially, remember brackets are times together. So you've got two things times together equals to 0. So that means then, when you've got two things times together equals to 0, either the first term is equal to 0, or the second bracket is equal to 0. So in other words, x will equal to 2, yeah? If I bring that over, it becomes positive 2. Or x will equal to, if I take that over, negative 4. So if we look at the sketch there, it's clear to identify what A and B are, yeah? This is clearly B, where we'll have 2, 0. And A will be minus 4, 0, yeah? It kind of looks right as well, the sketch does. So we can say, therefore, A is equal to minus 4, 0. And B is equal to 2, 0. Now what's good about that is we've got limits, haven't we? We've got limits because it goes from minus 4 to 2, and we can now integrate this curve to get the area. So therefore, the area is equal to the integral. Now the lower limit is minus 4, the upper limit is 2, x squared plus 2x minus 8 with respect to x. Okay. And we can work that out. Okay, so remember then you need to put square brackets. Okay, square brackets for when you've got the limits. So x squared becomes x cubed upon 3. 2x becomes 2x squared. So you add 1 to the power, divide by 2. And minus 8 becomes minus 8x. Okay, I'll put the limits there, 2 and minus 4. Okay, so we could simplify this here to make it a little bit nicer. So you've got x cubed upon 3. The 2's cancel, so that'll be just x squared minus 8x. So then is the case, to work out the area, you need to put the upper limit in here, substitute it in, and then you need to take away and put the lower limit in. Okay, it's going to be quite a lot, two brackets there, they're going to be quite big. So what I do is I go over here, so I've got plenty of room. Okay, so let's put the 2 in first, the upper limit. So I've got 2 cubed upon 3 plus 2 squared, take away 8 times 2. Okay, so that will be one big bracket there. Take away then, let's put minus 4 in. So you've got minus 4 all cubed over 3, minus 4 all squared there. Okay, and then put the minus 4 there. So remembering, when you've got a negative value, it's so important to use a bracket here, okay, to show that you're cubing it all. Otherwise, you're going to get a wrong answer on your calculator. Okay, so on my calculator, let's work out this bracket first. So 2 cubed over 3 plus 2 squared, take away 8 times 2. So that comes out to be minus 28 over 3. And then take away, let's work that out then. So fraction bracket minus 4 cubed over 3 plus minus 4 in a bracket squared minus then 8 minus 4. Yeah, I think that's right. So I get 80 over 3. So I don't know why I put a minus there. I've written it down. Nice, I'll get rid of that one there. Okay, so we've got to work that out then. So minus 28 over 3 minus 80 over 3. Okay, and I get exactly like minus 36. Okay, now remember, as I discussed last time, if you have a negative answer out, it's because the curve is underneath the x-axis. Okay, so we've got negative y values here. That's why mathematically it comes out as negative. But when it comes as area, you need to say a positive of that. So therefore, area equals 36 squared units. Okay.